Maybe you're new to LifeMax, or maybe you've been around for a while. Either way, the most important thing you'll do in this business is talk to people. It's important before you go out and talk to people you know that you feel comfortable with what you're going to say and you know what not to say.
Here are some simple questions you can ask that will allow you to find out about what's going on in your friend's life. How's your job? How's the family? How are your parents? Where are you working these days? What's your husband doing for work? Did you guys go on any trips this year? With these and similar questions, usually within 10 minutes, you'll hear something about their health or their finances. And this is when the door has opened and it's a good time to mention LifeMax. You could respond with, you just mentioned that things are financially tough and your hours have been cut at work. I have something I'd like to show you that I think could help you. Would you be interested in taking a look? If they say yes, get them a tool as discussed in the video on following the system. If they say no, don't just change the subject. A great thing to say here would be, okay, if you don't mind me asking, what is it about this you don't find interesting? I'd love to know. Wait for their answer and then respond with, okay, I respect that. I also care about you and would you at least be willing to take a look so you know what you're saying no to? I'd love to know your thoughts. Remember that we are offering people a gift. If they see it, great, and if they don't, that's okay too. So Katie, how would you approach somebody you've put on your list once you're ready to start having your in-homes?
That's a good question, and I think there's a lot of ways to approach people. I think the most important thing is to not say too much and to try to get them to the tool. So here's an approach that I like. I might ask some of the questions that Kimmy suggested earlier, and then I would say, I have been thinking about you. I started a new business, and I am really excited about it, and I thought of you because you are an incredible networker, or because I thought it would be so much fun to work with you. Now, I have no idea if this is going to be a fit for you or not, but I would love it if you would take a look. And if it's not a fit for you, maybe you can help me think of some people who it might be a fit for. What I like about that is there's a few elements in there that you compliment them. You do what we call the takeaway. So you say, I don't know if it's a fit for you or not, so it doesn't feel like there's pressure. And then you also have invited them in as your thinking partner by saying, if it's not a fit for you, can you help me think about some people that I can talk to? And then usually friends are really more than happy to help you think about what you can do to grow your business. So now we've covered some of the ways that you might talk to people whom you already know, what we refer to as your warm market. For those of you who have been in this business a bit longer, you're probably going to start talking to people who you don't know and what we refer to as your cold market. So Kimmy's going to share some information on how you might approach people in that category.
Yeah, I like to think about having a 30-second pitch, and I think we should all have one because there are many times when you're going to run into people out and about when they ask you what you do. And instead of going right into Mila is the healthiest whole raw food on the planet, or I work with LifeMax, I think it's great to create intrigue by sharing a 30-second pitch. So I travel a lot. I happen to be on airplanes all the time. And so Katie and I are just going to role play here how I would share my 30-second pitch with the person I sit next to.
So what is it you do, Kimmy?
Well, I'm actually launching a global business.
Really? That sounds interesting. What kind of business?
Well, you know what? I'm really passionate about helping people around the world get healthy and wealthy.
Huh, how do you do that?
Well, have you heard of a company called LifeMax?
No, I don't think so.
Have you heard about Mila?
No.
Really? Well, you know what? I have some in my bag, and would you like to give it a try?
I don't know. What is it?
Well, it's a whole raw food, and it's got the highest delivery source of omegas. And I'd love to share a sample with you right now. Would you be interested?
I'll take a look, sure.
So if you notice within my conversation, I didn't go right into what Mila is. I tried to create some intrigue there first. Katie, what do you say to create intrigue with the people you're talking to?
Lately what I've been saying to people is if somebody asks me what I do, I say, what I really do is I empower people to make their lives better. I empower people to improve their health, and I empower people to improve their economic situation if that's something that they're looking for. That seems to get people's attention usually. I've been noticing recently a lot of places where I've been running into people who I want to talk to about LifeMax is in a restaurant. Sometimes I'll be at a restaurant and I'll just have a fantastic waiter and I can't help myself, but I need to tell them about what we're doing. So recently I had a waiter in a restaurant who was just so on the spot. He was so great that I said to him when he came back to our table, I'm in the business of watching people's energy, and you have really incredible energy. Are you open to hearing about a way to create a supplemental income, an additional stream of income besides what you're doing here at your job? He said he was, and I shared him some information with him about LifeMax.
That's great. I've definitely gone through my warm market, and so I'm out constantly looking for new people to talk to, and one of the favorite things that I like to do with my boyfriend Todd is go to restaurants and we bring a single serve of Mila with us and we put it on the table, and inevitably sometime during our meal our waiter will ask us about the beautiful bag of Mila. And so we open it up right there on the spot, put it in a glass of water, and allow our waiter to try it right there. This is a great way to show someone how to eat Mila immediately and intrigue them about the business. And it's been very successful for us, so I really encourage you guys to bring these with you everywhere you go so that you can hand them out to people, because you never know who you'll run into.
We hope you found this video useful. You can take some time and practice with your sponsor. It can be really helpful to get you feeling more comfortable with what you want to say when you approach people. The most important thing is to be authentic. Take some of the things you've heard from us, but make it your own, and that's the best way that you'll find you can interact with people and talk to people about the opportunity we have with LifeMax and with Mila.